And it'll be interesting to see what is prioritized in terms of pre-bans here. I think LeChonk is just going to take out the Yan Hong, and we see TOPAV rocking the Silver Stars here. 1,400 whole points. So we definitely know TOPAV has not been doing wings for a while. We see the two LDs banned out. Makes a lot of sense here. I think LeChonk might go for an Oliver first, but I could also see a Masha go first, which might be the better pick. It's going to be one of these two units. If not, he goes with the Moore first pick.
Yeah, very quick more pick. Oh no! Are we gonna see this happen? I feel like he's trying to bait me out. Ganny Hathor getting taken away. Masha and Changpeng being drafted by TOPAV.
You know, a lot of times players flash picks to make the other player think that they're going a certain way when in reality they have their strategy laid out. That might have been what that was. He goes with the Masha Changpeng. Makes a lot of sense here. But LeChonk going with the Tableau Dominic. Lots of threat coming off the bat here. If TOPAV has an Oliver, he should absolutely draft the Oliver here, like an Oliver Ethna. Instead, he probably doesn't have an Oliver, and that's why he's going Praha Juno.
Yeah, Tableau Dominic, very, very powerful here, very aggressive, but TOPAV locking in the Praha and Juno. Double Oracle coming out for him.
Yeah, LeChonk's going to go for full-on aggression here, and that's exactly what he's doing. Going with the Charlotte, going with the Jogun here. It's going to be able to lay in a lot of damage. TOPAV's going to need one more unit to be able to survive. It's going to be tough here because I think TOPAV's facing a loss of a unit off the bat. I think Dominic is going to be something he has to ban here. Otherwise, it's going to get 2 shots on him, plus possibly an attack buff. So TOPAV should angle to survive the AoEs from the team. I would love to see a Verd coming out from him, or some other way, maybe a Shizuka or a Chloe. Interesting pick.
That was a very interesting pick. I was not expecting to see a Chloe be the last pick coming out of TOPAV, but I couldn't agree with you more that Dominic has got to be the ban here. And Dominic is going to be the ban. Chloe seeing a lot of attention here. Good respect ban from LeChonk.
Yeah, and this is going to come down to how good TOPAV's artifacts are, because he's going to lose a unit off the bat here. And this Juno is going to be something that we're looking to possibly solo, because TOPAV could be losing potentially the Changpeng and the Praha, or at least one of the units.
Well, let's see what happens, because we're kicking it off here with LeChonk, putting that Juno away in a scroll. Let's see if it works out for LeChonk versus TOPAV.
Massive miss on the strip from the Changpeng, so Changpeng's going to give TOPAV a lot of momentum back, but he does have 2 stun-up units. His units look very squishy, and I think he's going to be losing something off the bat here, Stoic.
Yeah, definitely. That Masha's not looking very healthy right now. You can see LeChonk's trying to pummel in all the damage that he can. That big third scale pushing his units in front of TOPAV. TOPAV does have serious matter here, looking for a reset and reduce attack bar of everybody. Of course, the passive of the Moore is going to be coming up here. More damage with the dismount on top of that Masha. Juno prayed for the Despair Stun. Nothing comes through.
Nothing comes through, and that Praha should be going down to very squishy Changpeng. Very lucky proc. Sleeps a unit, double sleep, and Charlotte just going insane here.
Oh, Charlotte going absolutely insane here. That double sleep is huge. You can see Latron's trying to get rid of this Masha. The damage is removed from TOPAV's field. Finally, a Despair Stun's going to come through TOPAV. TOPAV trying to grasp at anything he can right now.
Yeah, this Juno's going to need to do work. It's going to need to stun something. May as well have thought about skill 2 here to stun units. Does not do so. And Jogun's going to miss that scroll, which is a massive miss.
Yeah, massive miss on the scroll, though. Despair Stun going out onto Changpeng. Charlotte looking to wrap up TOPAV here. Does so. More trying to do all the damage that he can. LeChonk with a big win over TOPAV here.
Yeah, it's not over technically yet, but there's no way this Juno's going to be able to come back. Not with those types of runes here. It does not look like TOPAV has been farming for a while, so at this point he just really needs to think about how he's going to gather himself and draft better in the next match.
Exactly, and we'll see how that next match goes very shortly. LeChonk taking round 1 away from TOPAV.
Wow, what a match there. It went kind of as we thought here. We thought units were going to go down off the bat. What surprised me was TOPAV drafting like that way when the runes on his units' survivability really felt like, as his rank was a Fighter 3, it really felt like Fighter 3 runes. I mean, things just melted way too fast. I would expect to see some sort of minus damage coming out on that Changpeng to be able to survive. Unfortunately, even though he got lucky with that Changpeng not getting stripped, was not able to hang on there.
Yeah, most definitely. Pre-bans from last time. Yan Hong and that Light Monkey King were pre-banned. We've got Mo Long and Wunsa getting pre-banned in this second match.
Yeah, so wise choice to take out the LDs of LeChonks. We're going to have a Light Monkey coming on the field of LeChonks here. Surprised to see him take out Molong. I thought he would have taken out Juno, because I think Juno would be a little bit better pre-ban here. TOPAV goes with the Moore, and we're instantly countered with a Tableau Masha.
More of that first pick coming out of TOPAV, taking away from LeChonk. LeChonk very quick to locking in Tableau Masha. TOPAV looking to respond after seeing these two units. Could be anything. We're going to see the playstyle TOPAV is looking to take into LeChonk here.
TOPAV should be thinking Chung Peng and Chiwu or Chung Peng or something else to disrupt LeChonk, because if he doesn't take a Chung Peng here, LeChonk is going to take that. Goes with the Yanhong Chung Peng as expected. TOPAV is going to need to fight with speed, and LeChonk's just going to go straight damage. When you lay a Tableau Masha, you're going to lay more damage.
Oh man, such a strong draft from LeChonk right now. We see that Dominic coming out here along as that, as well as that Light Monkey King. TOPAV might be in a little bit of trouble here.
So much aggression. TOPAV does have a choice if he wants to go with Juno and try to survive with like a Nana, or try to go and snipe out a unit. If he does that, you'll see an Esna. He decides to go with the AoE. The weakness, the AoE comps here, the weakness of LeChonk's team is the fact that he does not have immunity on his side of the field. But LeChonk just has so much aggression. I'm not sure if TOPAV is going to be able to handle this. If he lays down a Chiwu here, this could be game over for TOPAV.
Let's see, I do like those two last picks coming out of TOPAV, that Connell and that Rika. Definitely units that LeChonk isn't too prepared for, but he is going to be preparing for it with that Josephine last pick.
Great Josephine last pick. It tells me he's leaving at least one of the two fire units on the table here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Yanhong ban either, because that disrupts turn 1, but he takes out the Cardinal here. We're going to see a Yanhong open into this team, and then potentially the more laying into the Chung Peng. So LeChonk might be on the back foot off the bat.
Yep, we'll see if that's what's coming through here. We've got a resistance lead for LeChonk. Let's see if he's able to resist TOPAV in this round 2 bout against LeChonk.
Yeah, so we have the opener here from TOPAV. He needs to decide if he wants to go for skill 2. Does go for it. Does need to take that, go for that, and does not get the strip on the Dominic.
Ooh, does get that serious matter, but the second skill as well. Glancing being applied here. Rika looking to pop off. Light Monkey King should be dropping.
Yeah, Light Monkey King looks like it's made of runes that are Fighter 3 level. I mean, that unit is almost at Light Monkey King's usually a lot more tanking than that. LeChonk not looking very good in this position. TOPAV looks like he's just dominating this match.
Yeah, TOPAV looking like as he should. Finally in this match, we've got Masha getting dismounted. Big second skill though coming out of the Rika. Rika handled that very well.
Yeah, this is the TOPAV that we've grown to know here, just dominating in this match here, and LeChonk pretty much out. That's a very quick match here, 4 units to 0.
Yep, that was a fantastic win from TOPAV. This is the TOPAV that we know and love. TOPAV taking round 2 from LeChonk.
Just a dominating performance by TOPAV there. Really like that draft and how he set it up there. He had a decision to make with the Yanhong off the bat if he wanted to boost them more, if he wanted to use skill 2, because if he used skill 2 and misses, he might lose the game. But of course, you have an 85% chance of land, and that's what he took. I think that's the right play in an SWC format. And of course, the more landing enough strips to take advantage, and then that Chung Peng proccing was a big deal there.
Yeah, most definitely. Pre-bans are going to be coming out here. Molong Wounds were pre-banned last time. Those units are going to be available. I'm definitely expecting Yanhong to get pre-banned once again.
Yeah, and that Yanhong is kind of a big deal when TOPAV doesn't have it, because it doesn't allow him to strip and open up. So we're going to see a Yanhong ban. We're going to see a more ban coming out from TOPAV, which is really interesting. Might have decided to let that Light Monkey through, because that Light Monkey really feels it's like on 3 runes. That unit melted off the bat, and most Light Monkeys should not be runed that way. So TOPAV might have let that through because it was a player pick. As a player pick there.
Yeah, super fast draft here from LeChonk, taking that Chung Peng immediately. TOPAV taking his time here after seeing Chung Peng being drafted.
Yeah, and I think TOPAV should lean towards a Masha, and I would love to see the Tableau steal if he has it, because at this point here, LeChonk is going to be able to AoE or dictate the pace of his match as he chooses if TOPAV doesn't contest for speed. So TOPAV goes with that segment, wisely goes with that. LeChonk is going to follow up with his AoE units as expected.
Yep, Tableau, Light Monkey King being drafted by LeChonk. Segment usually going to be built very, very fast. Expecting to see a speed lead coming out of TOPAV here.
Yeah, TOPAV might not have an Oliver. That's why we haven't seen it all match. Or also be a very good pick here. I would love to see some speed from him, but he could also go Juno. I would not like to see a Praha. So it's either Juno and survivability here, or some sort of Vanessa and Ethna would be a very good way to dominate. Has an Oliver! I am surprised here. Did not expect to see the Oliver from TOPAV here. Great pick, of course, and the Triton makes a lot of sense. He wants to dominate this match.
Yeah, most definitely. TOPAV wants that turn 1, and he's looking to get it here. LeChonk with a very interesting Chow, and of course, this Fire Ryu coming out against Topa.
Yeah, I'm not sure about these last two picks. They feel like panic picks here. That Fire Ryu just says, you know, you have at best a 50% chance of counterattacking. You just want to RNG your opponent. Typically, those are very slow. TOPAV needs to take one more unit that does impact. So something like a Cardinal. A Wusa's all right. It gives him a lot of protection here. I would think TOPAV should be banning. The Ryu is a fair ban, but when he picks a Wusa, is not doing that. Likely going to take out the Light Monkey or the Tableau. Chongpeng is fair, but probably not the ban here. I really think it should be Light Monkey. It's just such a powerful unit. But I like TOPAV's draft. He's got a Sekhmet up top. He's got the Triton. He's either going to have Oliver Triton or he's going to have a Sekhmet going in with the Masha doing damage. I think I like TOPAV's draft in this spot.
Ooh, both these players taking a lot of time in this ban phase. Ban's going to be coming out right now, and it is the Fire Ryu's going to get the ban, and the Oliver is going to get a ban. No speed lead for TOPAV.
Yeah, interesting choice here. This means TOPAV needs to reset that Chongpeng off the bat. If he misses that reset, that Wusa's going to be stuck in a weird spot because it's not going to be able to throw up shields. If he can get that shield off successfully, TOPAV is probably going to be able to take over.
Yeah, we've seen games like this before, and if that Sekhmet's able to work here... Actually, the Sekhmet took a turn, and we weren't able to figure that out, so we'll see what happens in a bit.
Yeah, well, we were able to figure that out because the Chongpeng skills were reset. So it looks like that Sekhmet did reset that Chongpeng here. That Wusa shields go up, and now TOPAV is going to be able to use that Masha to pick apart LeChonk's units here. So I think TOPAV is going to be a good spot, especially if he procs, but he might not even need to proc here. He has a skill 2 from the Sekhmet coming up.
Yeah, looking for that big defense break. Lands it. Tableau taking massive damage here. Return dice coming out. Reduce the attack bar and get his team up front. Chongpeng with that strip does land on everybody.
Yeah, that's a massive proc from the Chongpeng off the bat. That's why even though it was reset, he was able to get that Light Monkey off. And now that he has a Light Monkey off and Light Monkey Chongpeng combination, I think TOPAV is going to be a rough spot. Gonna need a proc a couple of times in order to come back.
Ooh, he did get additional turn out of the Wusa, able to apply a lot of damage to the Tableau. Tableau not able to sustain himself up. He is looking a little low, but big value out of that second skill into another turn there with the Light Monkey King. Chao's trying to puddle the damage on top of the Sekhmet. Here we go, big second skill with the additional turn coming out here, looking to get some stuns. No stuns coming out, and we've got Chongpeng trying to reduce a little bit of attack bar on that Sekhmet.
And Light Monkey has full skills loaded up. It took a proc earlier, so now it has full skills. TOPAV has slow debuff on all of his units here, so he's going to be laxed by this Light Monkey. It's going to be really tough to come back, probably impossible.
Definitely impossible indeed. Those are back-to-back additional turns from the Chao and the Chongpeng. Able to remove that Sekhmet from the field. Dismatter on top of the Masha. Masha gets absolutely eliminated here. Serious matter, putting TOPAV in serious trouble, reducing those attack bars, resetting his units. Light Monkey King pummeling it in, and return dice comes out once again.
Yeah, and this chip damage is just too much. That Chao's also doing damage, even though it did really nothing else this entire game here. This was all Chongpeng Light Monkey King dominating from beginning to end.
Yeah, big win from LeChonk. LeChonk taking TOPAV out and moving forward in today's tournament.
There you go. There you have it. LeChonk getting the victory here and taking down TOPAV. And guys, that was a hell of a game. Finally, our first series going all three, and the draft there in both games 2 and 3. I'd say all 3 games. Unique. You could see TOPAV adjusting